I'm Otaner. Welcome to a brand new video of NextStock. I hope you're doing well. It's been 3 weeks since the last video, so it's time for an update. If you're new to the channel, welcome to NextStock as well. And what we do here is we go to the company's website and gather the data from their earnings report, put them into a program that we have developed, and then with the push of a button, we get some information about how the different stocks are ranking. We have top 3, top 10 lists as well. And now, first one we're going to start with is highlights of companies that recently reported. After that, I have some news that we implemented in the NextStock website. After that, we're going to go into the US and the Canadian market. We'll look into 5 different categories. We have top 3s, but on the website or in the platform, we have top 10s for value stocks, dividend, growth stocks, attractive ones, and the pricey ones. Followed by, then after that, we're going to go into the finally $10,000 US portfolio, how it looks like. So let's start with the highlights. NVIDIA reported 62% growth and impressive. Our price target has been increased to $146, but they're trading higher than that. Xpeng reported also impressive 99% growth, and our price target has been lowered to $26.30, but there is an upside for Xpeng. Rivian reported impressive 78% growth. Our price target has been increased to $23, and there is an upside for Rivian. Sea Limited reported 38% growth, and our price target for them has been increased to $183. Also for them, there's an upside. All right, some other companies that recently reported, Warner Music reported 15% growth, and our price target has been increased to $36. Also for them, there's an upside. JD reported 13% growth. Price target remains the same after $40, but there is an upside for JD. SAP reported 13% growth as well, and our price target has been lowered for them to $278, yet there is an upside for SAP. And ASML reported a modest 6% growth. Our price target has been lowered to $862, but there is an upside for ASML. So that's the highlights for this time around. If you're curious about other price targets that wasn't mentioned, you can go into the NextStock.ca website. And once you sign up, you have a 30-day free access. You can see the different price targets we have. But the news is this. Once you log in for the first time now, you will actually be met with our NextStock's long-term pick and short-term picks. Because as the name says NextStock, we should answer the question. Which company is the next stock that we are considering could be a good buy option? So, but we also want to give it a flavor, so we do a long-term pick and also a short-term pick. So check those things out. But there is another news as well. So we have implemented a NextStock app plugin or in the ChatGPT. So if you go to the GPT section and search for NextStock app, you will find us there. And then you can just ask away in those. We have some predetermined questions you can ask or something else you want to ask. And you can get some answers that you might be curious about. So check those things out. All right, now let's go into the regular reporting where we go into the US market and we start with the value stocks there. Top 3 at the moment, JP Morgan, Bank of America, followed by Wells Fargo. So here we are looking at high market cap companies with low price to earning. These companies give stability in your portfolio. Dividends also good, maybe for your portfolio if you want cash back. So at the moment, Itaú Unibanco, Pfizer, and Verizon makes up the top 3. Growth stocks in the US market. Well, if you're purely looking for growth, well, Robinhood is the new number 1. They moves up to top spot. Xpeng drops down to spot number 2. And Rivian is a newcomer on spot number 3. Uplovin, who was in the list, is out from top 3. Attractive ones in the US market. Here we are looking at our formulas. So this is NextStock formulas coming into play. We're looking at sales growth. We're looking at the stock price. We have price to earnings, price to sale ratio, trends, all that. So Pfizer comes up top. By the way, they changed also ticker symbol to FISV from FI. Robinhood moves up to spot number 2, and Coinbase is a newcomer on spot number 3. Novo Nordisk, who was in the list, is out from top 3. Pricey ones in the US market. Micron is the new number 1. Broadcom is on spot number 2, and Intuitive Surgical is on spot number 3. In Broadcom and Intuitive Surgical's case, they have a high price-to-sell ratio also that penalizes them. Jumia Technologies and Neo, who was in the list, is out from the top 3. All right, so that's the US market. Let's look into the Canadian market, and we start with the value stocks there. Top 3 at the moment. TD Bank is the new number 1. Royal Bank drops out because their price to earnings became higher than our thresholds. Bank of Montreal moves up to spot number 2, and CIBC is a newcomer on spot number 3. Dividends in the Canadian market. South Bow is the new number 1, and Trade Places with TELUS, who drops down to spot number 2. Whitecap Resources is on spot number 3. Growth in the Canadian market. First Majestic is on spot number 1, followed by Whitecap Resources and Franco-Nevada. Attractive ones in the Canadian market. Lumin Group is the new number 1, followed by Whitecap Resources, who drops down to spot number 2, and Brooks Fields Wealth is a newcomer on spot number 3. Constellation, who was there, is now out from top 3. Pricey ones in the Canadian market. Baytex Energy comes up as the priciest at the moment using our formulas. Hudbay Minerals is on spot number 2, and BRP is a newcomer on spot number 3. Curaleaf and Finning is out from top 3. All right, now we're gonna end today's video with the portfolio. So the $10,000 portfolio at the moment looks like this. Microsoft, 9 shares, covers about 44% of the portfolio. Amazon, 13 shares, 30%. And finally, Berkshire Hathaway, 5 shares, and that's 26%. So that makes up a $10,000 US portfolio. If you're curious about bigger portfolios, smaller portfolios, we have them all up to $5 million USD, actually, if you want, on the NextStock.ca site. Check it out. All right, you can also check out our social media. Sometimes I'll do some AI-related ads, just to be a little bit funny, maybe. So you can check them out if you like. Always gather a lot of information before jumping ahead purchasing stocks. All right, until next time, bye-bye.